Hello and welcome to the Driving in Wyoming podcast. This is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. Today we're going to talk about the 2014 Lexus RX 350 F Sport. This is a beautiful crossover from Toyota. It's the crossover that started the luxury crossover market. About 15 years ago, Lexus introduced the RX, and from then on it was the top-selling crossover in the luxury crossover segment. The 2014 model is basically the same as the 2013 with just a few small differences. It's powered by a 3.5-liter V6 and an 8-speed automatic. If you get the RX 350 without the F Sport package, it's a 6-speed automatic. The difference between the two is mainly in the sporty feel of the drive and fuel economy. The fuel economy in the F Sport is slightly better. It's only 1 point higher, 1 mile per gallon, so it is not a gigantic difference. Base price for the F Sport is $47,450. As tested, we drove it at $53,189. It's available at dealerships right now. In our overall impression, the only two things we could really find wrong with the Lexus RX 350 F Sport was the clunky infotainment and the kind of goofy exterior ergonomics this crossover has. Otherwise, it is a great drive. Before we get to that, we need to talk about the RX 350's interior. It's a luxury machine, so a luxury vehicle is all about interior refinement. This is what sets them apart from the mundane vehicles that are not in the luxury class. Accoutrement in the 2014 RX 350 F Sport is top quality and is rivaled only by competitors that are sporting a much higher price point. Although the F Sport title doesn't necessarily translate to faster 0 to 60 times or better track handling, it does mean a more sporty feel for the driver and some sport-centric cosmetic touches like paddle shifting and steel pedals on the floor. The crossover segment is rife with competition, but in the luxury segment, the differences between models are generally more marked than they are in the standard crossovers. The F Sport fits somewhere in the not as pretty, but a little more functional area of that playing field, offering a good mixture of contemporary, if not entirely interesting, exterior looks and excellent interior refinement on an about-average drivetrain and chassis. This is not to say that the 2014 RX 350 is boring for anyone who's riding inside, of course. It's sporty enough to make most luxury drivers feel happy about their choice, but still luxurious with all that quiet and smooth feel that kind of implies. It'll keep most buyers happy with daily use. The engine's quiet and unobtrusive except when it's pressed, at which point it emits a beautiful near baritone that resonates throughout the 8 gears of transmission shift that aggressively give it that fast-paced feel, even if the real-world return is not quite as impressive. But really, do luxury crossover owners drag race at stoplights? Not really. The more time you spend in the 2014 RX 350, the more it grows on you. As a daily use vehicle, it has great ergonomics and plenty of versatility. It's sure-footed in most weather conditions, it's dynamic when it needs to be, and it offers great cargo space and easy entry-exit from all 4 doors. Fuel economy is not the best, but it's not the worst either. It's somewhere kind of in the middle. It's a little better than most, but not as good as some. In Wyoming, with a luxury crossover, fuel economy is probably not as important to you as is the highway ride, and the highway ride in the RX 350 F Sport is phenomenally good. It is very, very quiet, very smooth, and as I said, it's only sporty when you push that pedal down and want it to be. Otherwise, it kind of leaves you alone. The 2014 RX 350 has great all-around appeal with kind of some of everything that will please most prospective owners. It has an excellent reputation for reliability as a crossover as well. Things to remember, though, is that the RX 350 does not have a third row option, and some of the competition does. So if you need that, you're going to have to look elsewhere. Also, Toyota's infotainment is very clunky. It's hard to use and a little bit confusing, although the F Sport does repair a lot of that thanks to that mouse-like interface they have on the center console, which is a great touch. Lexus really needs to run with that. You should also be aware that if you park outside on a regular basis, maybe at work or something, the F Sport, like the RAV4 and other vehicles in Toyota's current lineup, it tends to gather snow around a little shelf that kind of is, it's right on the belt line around the doors and things. So when you open the door, that snow tends to fall on you or inside the car. It's a little bit annoying. Other than that, though, it has no other real problems that a Wyoming driver is going to want to worry about. For the luxury buyer who's looking for a daily family vehicle that has all of the options, the 2014 RX 350 F Sport is a very hot contender. It's refined but a little bit muted in style. It's very strong and smooth with good driving dynamics, and it has that optional and fun kind of go-fast sport appeal. All comes together in a nicely balanced package. For AaronOnAutos.com, this has been Aaron from the Driving in Wyoming podcast. We'll talk to you again soon.